Hi, I'm Hal Johnson. Curling right now is the Women's Business League, and it's one of many types of leagues available to join so you can enjoy this simple but complex game.
Hi, I'm Joanne McLeod. Curling's a game that requires more mental alertness than physical fitness. However, you can't expect to be on top of your game without being fit for both. So in the next half hour, we'll show you what curling's all about and how to improve your body and mind for it or any activity.
So stay tuned. It's time for BodyBreak, It's Active.
BodyBreak, it's active. BodyBreak, it's active.
BodyBreak, it's active.
Oh, yeah.
With Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod.
Oh, yeah.
On today's show, our dietitian Jennifer Andrews will talk about a nutrient you need more of if you're a smoker or exposed to smoke. We'll also have a stretching routine to help you get ready for curling that'll loosen your hips, back, and legs. And Joanne has a recipe for sticky fingers. This and much more today on BodyBreak, It's Active.
BodyBreak, it's active.
When it comes to curling, Scotland has the honor of being the land where the sport was first developed, at least 400 years ago. The Scots also introduced curling to other parts of the world. And because of our long, cold winters here in Canada, it quickly became popular.
In fact, Winnipeg, Manitoba was the heart of Canadian curling as far back as 1876 and played key roles in establishing national and world curling events.
What was once a game played on outdoor frozen lakes and ponds is now played on artificial surfaces like this. Beautiful ones too. Well, it looks like our sheet's open. Come on, Joe. Every game starts off with a friendly handshake. It sets the tone for the next 10 ends of play.
If you're not familiar with the sport, you need two teams consisting of 4 players using one sheet of ice. And a sheet of ice is similar to a lane in bowling.
Here's some other curling jargon so it can help you next time you watch a bonspiel on TV or decide to take up the sport at your local club. This is a rock. It's also called a stone. There are 8 of one color that represents one team and 8 used by the other. When the play begins, each member of the team delivers 2 stones down the sheet of ice, alternating turns. The first player is called the lead, the second in line is the second, the number 3 is the third or vice skip, and the fourth, the skip. Each has their own particular role to play. However, they have to work as a team in order to be successful. Each game normally consists of 10 ends, and an end is curling's version of a baseball inning. And an end is over when all 8 curlers shoot 2 rocks apiece. Other curling terms include: the button is the area inside the rings of the house, and the house is the 4 rings. A draw is when a player delivers a stone and stops somewhere inside the house. Now a guard is a rock that protects the other rocks from being hit out by a third rock. And the hack is the starting block or foot support at the 2 ends of the ice surface from which all players begin their slide. And you know, curling is not an expensive activity. Depending on the club, it can range from $100 to $350 per season for unlimited access to the ice.
The team that wins the toss at the beginning of the game or doesn't score in one end has last rock advantage. The last rock in an end is most important since it usually determines the outcome of that end. Well, let's go.
The object of curling is to score more points than the other team. You score points by throwing stones closer to the target than those thrown by your opponent, and that remain closer to the button despite the other team's best efforts to move them out. It all starts from the hack line, and you deliver the stone to the house 125 feet away.
The sweepers on the team are usually the lead and the second player. Sweeping clears away any debris and chips of ice in front of the rock that might send it off course. Vigorous sweeping also makes the ice smoother, therefore the stone travels faster. Good sweeping can affect the length of a throw as much as 10 to 15 feet and also helps to maintain the direction of the moving stone. Sweepers who are fit can remain effective as the game progresses. I also once read that during 1 week's play in a ladies' bonspiel, you can curl 10 games and lift slightly over 4.4 tons of granite, which converts to about an average of 172 pounds per hour. Just proves the point that you need to increase your muscle strength and endurance for curling.
Regardless of the position you have on the team, warm-up is essential if you want to avoid missing the first few shots of the game. When your muscles aren't warmed up, you can feel stiff, and this can affect your delivery of your rock and how effectively you sweep. So here's Joanne with a simple routine to keep those muscles loose.
Before you even start to stretch your muscles, march in place, jog on the spot, or do anything whereby you gradually increase your heart rate, blood flow, and raise the temperature of your muscles, ligaments, and tendons. All of these are vital in order to prepare your body for exercise. Once you've done this for 5 to 10 minutes, here are a few stretches for your hips, back, and legs, starting with a hip stretch. Kneel on both knees, then step forward using your right foot until your knee is directly over your ankle, while your foot remains straight. Keep your left knee on the floor behind you. Now lower your hips to the point where you feel a gentle stretch. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds, then repeat it with the other leg. To stretch your back and sides, sit on the floor with your right leg straight. Place your left leg bent on the outside of the right leg. Bend your right elbow and place it on the outside of the upper left thigh, just below the knee. Then place your hand behind you and slowly turn your head to look over your left shoulder and twist your upper body towards the left arm. Hold for 10 seconds or 30 if you want to, then switch sides and repeat. To stretch your hamstring, which is, by the way, the cause of lower back pain for many people, because when the muscles in the back of the upper leg become tight, they tend to pull on your pelvis and lower back. Now lie on your back with both knees bent at a 45-degree angle. Grip behind your left thigh with both hands and pull towards your chest. Slowly straighten your leg, keeping your foot relaxed. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds and repeat it on the other leg. Here are the stretches again for your hip flexors, your back and sides, and your hamstring muscles. Your hip flexors, your back and sides, and your hamstring muscles. With all of these movements, never stretch to the point of pain. You should feel a gentle tugging of the muscle. If you feel any pain at all, always ease off. Allow your muscles, ligaments, and tendons time to stretch at one position for 10 to 30 seconds. Then try to stretch them a little bit more, a little at a time. Everyone can improve their flexibility. All it takes is doing it on a regular basis.
Whatever activity you enjoy, eating foods that give you energy will help your concentration, and in turn, you'll play better. These types of foods are called carbohydrates, and bagels, for example, fall into this group. Now, every week I pick up a baker's dozen, and I thought it would be interesting to talk to the bagel man himself and find out why bagels are a healthy choice and why they taste so good.
This is where we mix up our raw ingredients. Bagels are very healthy for you. They're high in energy and low in fat. He picks the dough up on the cutting table. He'll slice it into strips. Our bagels are a 5-ounce bagel, and there's only about 1.2 grams of fat in that whole 5-ounce bagel. Put it in the bagel former, which will cut it up into sections and send it out into these little round shapes you see right here. There's only water, flour, yeast. There's no additives or preservatives in. It's not too heavy, not too filling for you, but it provides people with an alternative to loading up on a large lunch or a large breakfast. And we put them in the proofing covers and let them rise. Final step here is transfer them from the wooden boards onto the baking sheets and put them in the oven which steams and bakes the bagel simultaneously. Get a lot of families that come in once a week, buy a dozen bagels and freeze them. I am a certified aficionado. I like to taste not only our bagels, but all bagels really, just to the point of comparison. I truly and firmly believe that ours is the best bagel out there.
Up next, our dietitian, Jennifer Andrews, will talk about how smoking affects your requirement of a certain nutrient. And I'll be making a special treat. Sticky fingers. Stay tuned.
BodyBreak is active.
Keep fit. Every September, another curling season begins. From league play to bonspiels, this sport brings together people of all ages and abilities. Why do people curl? If you've curled, you know why. If not, here's why you might like to participate.
Competition, strategy. I love making perfect shots. I don't make many, but I love doing it. And it builds up my muscles for tennis in the arms.
The other part of the game that is truly enjoyable is that there's enough time that there's a lot of interaction between the teams on the ice. There's a lot of respect for one another in the game. It is absolutely a team game, and you can't succeed in this game without the cooperation of the members of your team.
It's something that we can do together. I've been curling for 20 years, and he started curling when we met.
It was either start curling or stay alone in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Just getting out and having a good time and meeting a lot of people.
Pretty challenging. It's always different. Every shot's different. The ice is always changing.
It's great exercise. I get a really good workout. I'm down to a t-shirt if I can by the end of the night. I work so hard.
I really like it because the winter's so long that you have to do something to enjoy the elements, and curling's one of them. Well, actually, this is my first year curling, so I took some clinics. They always offer clinics at a new curling club, so I took some of those, and actually before I did that, I started out by just making sure I was walking and stretching a lot, because you really need to when you do this sport.
You find people that are about 10 years quality of curler in 2 or 3 years just from having taken the right lessons.
I guess I've been doing it for 20-some years now, so once it gets in your blood, you sort of stick with it.
The social aspect of curling has always been considered a large part of the sport. It's brought people from small towns, cities, and provinces together as far back as the late 1800s. However, after the first handshake, there's not a lot of socialization until the game is over. Then everyone heads out to the lounge. However, a visit to the lounge could mean that you may need to consume more vitamin C. And to tell you why, here's our dietitian, Jennifer Andrews.
We've all heard that smoking has negative effects on your health. If you do smoke, hopefully you've entertained the idea of quitting. Eventually you will. But in the meantime, I'd like to let you know about how smoking can affect your requirement of one particular nutrient, and that nutrient is vitamin C. Smoking increases your need for vitamin C by up to 50%, and being exposed to passive smoke increases your needs by about 25%. Orange juice, please. So even if you don't smoke but are around people who do, chances are you need more vitamin C as well. There are many advantages in making sure you give your body enough. Vitamin C plays many roles in the body. It helps to promote healthy teeth and gums and helps to heal wounds. It also enhances iron absorption from other foods you eat. For example, if you eat an orange, which is high in vitamin C, with your breakfast cereal, which has iron in it, you'll absorb more iron from that cereal. And growing evidence suggests that vitamin C may help to prevent certain cancers and cataracts. So where can you find vitamin C? The main sources are fruits and vegetables. Look to ones that are red, orange, or green in color. Some fruits that are packed with vitamin C include strawberries, oranges, and mangoes. Some vegetable superstars are red peppers, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. I know what you're thinking. Why can't I just pop a vitamin C tablet and be done with it? Well, there's many other components in fruits and vegetables that also play a major role in your health. So aim to get at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables in per day. And don't wait to save up those 5 servings for dinner time. Chances are you won't get them all in. Start at breakfast with a kiwi. Add a spinach salad at lunch and broccoli at dinner. So now you know that you need more vitamin C if you smoke or are around people who do. However, the best thing to do if you smoke is not to at all. Quitting is not the easiest thing to do, but why not give it a shot? Everybody's body will definitely thank you for it.
Jennifer, how about some oranges?
No thanks, I have my juice.
Oh, time for some vitamin C.
Up next, get your pen and paper ready. Joanne has a recipe for sticky fingers. You can have your treats once in a while. Stay tuned.
BodyBreak is active.
Have fun.
Curling allows people to challenge themselves by putting their skills to the test against others. We tend to rise to the occasion when faced with a challenge. For Howie and Jack, who you'll meet next, their challenge was to lose weight. One of them is now on a road to a healthier, active lifestyle.
A few of the guys here got together and realized we're all overweight. And we decided we'd have a weight contest. We all put an equal amount of money into the pot, and we all agreed that we would try to lose 8% of our body weight. And if you didn't lose the 8%, you forfeited your deposit.
I went on a strict diet for like 2 weeks.
Watch my diet and exercise, and started doing both. And I know you have to do one and the other.
And I started exercising. I joined a gym.
I let my exercise slip.
And I started playing squash with my friend.
And I started eating more than I should, and late at night because I'd get home late from the office.
Instead of fries, for example, I eat vegetable salad.
And I just fell apart.
And I try to exercise at least like 2-3 days a week.
And I know it's a lifestyle change, and I just haven't gotten there yet. I've got to do it for myself. And ultimately, I guess I have to do it for my family, because if I don't watch out for myself, they won't have me. Start today? All right, Hal. Now, you know, there's 12 people for dinner tonight. It's going to be... Now, I know what you're saying. I've got to do it. Maybe tonight is the best time to start. All right, Hal. We're going to do it starting immediately. I think I'm starting to feel pretty good about how I'm going to change.
Howie's goal should be to choose lower fat foods more often, include physical activity into his day, and strengthen those muscles. Then he'll be able to achieve a healthy, active lifestyle. Now, that's not to say that he has to give up all the foods he loves or have a treat just now and then. You have to remember, balance the high-fat calories with the low-fat ones. Now, here's one of my favorite treats that Joanne makes. It's called sticky fingers. Let's take a look.
This recipe will definitely satisfy your sweet tooth. I know it does mine. And I'll show you why. We're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of corn syrup, nice and sticky, 2/3 of a cup of light peanut butter. And we'll use light instead of regular because we'll save a couple of fat grams. Then take it to the microwave, and we're going to microwave it at high heat for about 1.5 minutes. Now, if you don't have a microwave, what I like to use is a double boiler. 1.5 minutes. Now you have 1.5 minutes to exercise. Time's up. Because the bowl's going to be hot, we need our oven mitts. So let's get it out. There we go. Smells good. And we'll just mix this up before we add the other ingredients. We've got next 1/2 cup of diced cherries and 1/2 cup of shredded coconut and 1/4 cup of raisins. The next ingredient is 3 cups of golden honey shreddies. That's 2 and 1. Now this is a real fun recipe to make, and maybe the kids might enjoy doing this. And it's a good alternative to cookies. I'll tell you, one little square of this will satisfy your sweet tooth. Now that that's mixed, we've got a lightly greased baking dish. And pour in the ingredients. And then just pat it down. Now it goes to the refrigerator to firm up. And while it's doing that, let's take a look at the nutritional analysis and get your pen and paper ready for the recipe ingredients. Each square has 156 calories, 2.8 grams of fat, and 1.8 grams of fiber. Here's the ingredients for these sticky finger squares. 3/4 of a cup of corn syrup, 2/3 of a cup of light peanut butter, 3 cups of golden honey shreddy cereal, 1/2 cup of chopped cherries, 1/2 cup of coconut, and 1/4 cup of raisins.
Sticky fingers aren't a good idea to eat during a game. I don't think the other players would appreciate getting a rock that's sticky. Well, we still have a couple more ends to play. And stay tuned to what's on next week's show.
BodyBreak is active.
It's active.
Here's what's on next week's show.
It's cross-country skiing. Learn how you can enjoy the winter by walking on skis, on snow. I'll also have an onion soup recipe and find out what to look for when buying a ski machine. This and much more next week on BodyBreak, It's Active.
Well, we're going to finish the game, so we'll see you next week.
Until next time, keep fit and have fun.
Thanks for watching this video. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the BodyBreak channel for more awesome videos. Until next time, keep fit and have fun.